Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. As you can probably tell before we get into this video, it is a different kind of background. Well, it's the same background, but I've got the lighting might be a bit different. I have a light to the side of me, which might sort of improve the quality slightly when I'm filming videos late at night. I had to make this video at this time because a really exciting and surprising thing has happened literally within the last couple of minutes, and I'm going to go through it today and talk about my expectations and sort of my thoughts on this topic. And secondly, I will be giving my review of the Chinese Lucky Stars car pack and the overall update of Forza Horizon 5 update 30. So strap yourselves in, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, comment down below what your favourite car in the car pack was and whether you are excited for this latest transfer in the F1 history books. So let's begin with the video. The first thing to talk about then is the shocking driver transfer that has happened in the last couple of minutes. Lewis Hamilton has announced that he will be leaving Mercedes at the end of the 2024 F1 season. Now I know we haven't even got to the car launches of this season yet. However, I thought I'd make this video now because it's so shocking. I wasn't expecting it. There were rumours circulating over the last couple of days, but nothing was ever nothing surfaced properly. However, on my phone here you can see, not very good quality, but you can see F1 breaking: Hamilton joins Ferrari in 2025, and it is a very shocking story, just because I thought that Hamilton would finish his career at Mercedes. However, let me just read you the news story. Seven-time F1 world champion Lewis Hamilton will part ways with Mercedes at the end of 2024 and will make a sensational switch to Ferrari next year. Hamilton has raced for the Silver Arrow since 2013 and has won 6 of his 7 world titles with the team, adding to the crown he achieved at McLaren early in his career. He had also recommitted to Mercedes last summer, signing a new deal to keep him on board until 2025. But this will now be cut short because of the headline move that has just been announced. Hamilton's decision comes after 2 challenging seasons for the Brackley squad, who have struggled to adapt to F1's latest regulations after dropping really below Red Bull last season, as you probably saw. It means Hamilton will link up with Charles Leclerc, replacing Carlos Sainz in 2025. So who knows who will replace Hamilton at Mercedes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So Ferrari also made a statement on their Twitter saying that Scuderia Ferrari is pleased to announce that Lewis Hamilton will be joining the team on a multi-year contract. And yeah, it's very interesting. I think the boss of Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, was asked what he thought about teaming up with Lewis Hamilton, and he said, "If I say yes, I imagine it being the title of every newspaper. I mean, Lewis is such an incredible driver and has achieved so much in the sport. I think anybody on the grid would love to have Lewis as a teammate, as everybody will learn a lot from him, but I'm happy where I am with Carlos, as it's a great relationship also." So that came over the last half an hour or so. But my thoughts on this, I think I'm surprised because I thought, as I said before, Hamilton would long his career out at Mercedes and then retire, maybe after getting his 8th world title with Mercedes. However, I do see where he's coming from. I mean, I'm not a massive Hamilton fan myself. I'm more of like a Red Bull person. However, I do see from his perspective why he might want to move to another team after this season, because if you've been following F1 for a while and over the last couple of years, you'd have seen absolutely dominant in 2020, 2019, all those years. But then from 2021 onwards, it's been Red Bull domination and Max Verstappen coming into his own probably in his prime era last season. And Hamilton was never really getting to the performance of the car and wasn't really performing as well as the team and as well as he would have liked. And that probably led him to the decision. I mean, you could see he was on radio messages over after races. Like Toto was apologising for the performance of the car. Hamilton was visibly frustrated, like tweeting, posting stuff saying he will be back better next weekend and hope the car performs better. But he always stays grateful over radio, thanking the team, thanking people back at the factory, because that's the person that he is. But that does lead to the interesting question of who will be his teammate, who will be Russell's teammate next season in 2025. And maybe they'll bring Mick Schumacher in, because obviously Mick Schumacher is now the reserve driver for Mercedes, and after being taken out of Haas's seat a couple of years ago. So maybe they will allow Mick Schumacher to be the second driver and Russell will be the lead driver in the team and give Schumacher that space at Mercedes potentially. Or maybe they'll bring in someone different that maybe give someone another chance, like either an ex-Formula 1 driver who's on a different sport. So like Grosjean is now doing, I think it's IndyCar racing he's now doing. Or, as I say, giving Mick Schumacher the chance. But as I said, let me know in the comments down below. Give me your thoughts on who you'd like to see as a teammate alongside George Russell. Maybe Mercedes will sign Russell as like a swap deal. Sorry, not Russell, Sainz as a swap deal. I apologise. But it'll be interesting to see. However, we do have the car launches to look forward to. Haas's car launches first, and that's being dropped tomorrow. And then it goes Ferrari, I think, and a couple more. McLaren have already leaked their livery. However, I think that was only a teaser. I think the full livery will come out when they launch the official car. The only thing I do hope for is I do hope that the live streams, when all the teams reveal their car liveries on YouTube, I hope they don't do extended chats, stuff like that. And because the car launch and talking about the car is only like 20 minutes or something like that, and the rest of it is like 3 hours of chat talking about the manufacturers and the past and whatever. We want to just see the cars, please. Any F1 people, if you're watching, we just want to see the cars, please. And you talking about that. But yeah, so that's the segment on Hamilton becoming a Ferrari driver next year, which will be very exciting to see. As I said, still not a Hamilton fan, but I'll be interested to see how he performs and maybe giving Ferrari that World Championship that they so desperately need over so many years of disappointment in Formula 1. So this is the second thing, and the last topic to talk about is the Forza Horizon 5 Update 30 and Lucky Stars car pack. The car pack dropped yesterday. It is £3.99 on the Xbox store. So if you have £3.99 to spare, that I highly recommend going to get it. It's all Chinese cars, although Anorax will say, like, why is the Volkswagen Passat in there and why is an MG in there? They're not Chinese cars, but they are now made. Those specific models of cars are now made in China due to a deal between Volkswagen and the Chinese company, and MG and the Chinese company. But then you've also got a car with a really cool name called the Wuling Hongguang EV Macron, which is a tiny 27 horsepower micro car, really fun to chuck around and be like a daily driver's car. It's basically, I'd describe it as the toy car that you'd find in a cereal box. That's how I describe it. You'd also got the Ioniq 05, I think it's the 05, which is like a small crossover vehicle, 260 odd horsepower, all-wheel drive, good SUV off-road car. And then obviously you've got the Volkswagen Sinatra, which is the Passat, if you guys are real car nerds. And then you've got the MG Cybster, which is a convertible, all-electric, all-wheel drive sports car, 530 odd horsepower, and top speed around 160 miles an hour-ish. Really good car to chuck around, very slidey, drifts very well. But those are the 4 cars in the car pack. As usual, you get cars in the festival playlists. This week, for completing 20 points in the festival playlist, you get the Hyundai 07. Not the Hyundai 07, the Ioniq 07. And you also get the Veloster N as well, which I'm looking forward to driving, because that was in Forza Horizon 4, and it was the community's sort of all-round favourite car from the hatchbacks genre. But then there's also been massive world updates, so the Horizon Stadium, which usually has like a football pitch, or soccer if you're in America, and it's been converted into a massive drift arena, all sort of like with dragons to celebrate Lunar New Year. And I went to check it out today, and it was very, very cool. And the closer you get to the clipping points, because in real drifting competitions you have clipping points, that the closer you get, the more points you get. These clipping points have got fireworks that shoot up the closer you get to them, and if you clip them, they send out huge fireworks, and it's incredibly, incredibly cool. You do have to be quite an expert at drifting. I am all right, but I'm not good enough to get close to those clipping points. What else about the update? Oh yes, last update, they've added some new cars that were not originally back into the auto show, so you can now buy them with credits instead of having to spin with wheel spins and having to get buy them from the auction house, which is just a pain. And they also introduced so many cool new cars into the last update. I can't really name them now because I can't name them off the top of my head. But really, really looking forward to it. So that is the end of the video overall. I apologise if it's not as interesting, but before I do conclude this video, thank you so much for everyone who's been watching my YouTube shorts. Although it's quite cringy now looking back at it, the TikTok live trend dance has now hit 1,000 views on TikTok shorts, so thank you so much. And since I released that Cherry Freeze Prime video, which I'll link at the top of the screen there, or is it here, because this is an inverted camera, it's got 107 views so far, and I've gained 7 subscribers from it, from 60 to 67. So thank you so much for the support, and thank you who have been commenting in my videos recently, because I really like you guys interacting with my videos, because as you know, I'm not the most biggest creator out there, but my aim is to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So please smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps the channel. And yeah, me and Josh were going to film a Christmas special podcast. However, it's now February and Christmas was 3 months ago, so that probably won't be happening. However, we are talking about getting something done in the next coming months or so, so there will be something on the way for you guys to enjoy with the return of the man himself. But yeah, something to look forward to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and keep subscribing, keep liking these videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.